Hello, today we'll be looking at the IGCSE music listening paper. We are with world music once again today, and we are deep diving into African music. Now, of course, if you've been here long enough, you know that I am African, so I definitely love this music. It is a part of my being, and I love spreading this music with the world and also getting to listen to it on Cambridge Extracts. Very nice. Now, of course, African music is very diverse. It doesn't only come in the way Cambridge represents it, but this is definitely part of African music. So today we are taking a deep dive into the June 2024 paper 1-1 past paper, the audio tracks for this past paper, as well as the paper itself, the memo, the insert, as well as the grade thresholds and examiner reports are all available through the Cambridge School Support Hub, which I have linked in the description below. So any affiliated Cambridge teachers or tutors, you can go ahead and access that. But today we are just deep diving into section B1 of this past paper, and you will see 3 short questions. So section B, you'll see as a whole we have 22 marks, but in subsection B1 we only have 6 marks on which to answer. So of course in section B you will have B1, B2, B3. So general world music, and then your world focus, which of course counts a little bit more. But we are dealing with general world music today. It says here, music B1, you will hear an extract for instruments and voices, so we know what's about to hit us. Then we are going to read through our questions. Question 11, describe the music of the instrumental introduction, and they just clarify that is before the voices enter. So 3 marks in brackets, we need to give 3 facts there. Next, it says describe the music sung by the voices. So musically we have to know what's going on here, we have to put it down on paper, 2 facts for 2 marks there. Then finally, where does this music come from, or from where does this music come? For 1 mark, we are definitely going to say it comes from Africa. We don't have to specify a specific region or even a specific country in Africa, but we're dealing with African music today. It will make itself very known and obvious on the extract. And of course, this video is all about African music, so we're dealing with Africa today. Let's hop into our listening and then we can answer our questions. A quick side note, I have made 2 previous videos dealing with African music before, so please do go ahead and check that out if you want to listen to some more African music examples and also see the ways in which Cambridge can ask questions on African music.
Section B. You will hear 3 extracts of music from around the world. Each extract will be played 4 times with a pause between each playing. Music B1. You will hear an extract for instruments and voices. Read through the questions now. Now listen to music B1 and answer the questions.
So there we go, a nice, short, sweet and simple African extract. Whew, I love my continent. Anyway, so let's dive into our questions. So we'll see what we can answer, and then when we take another listening, we'll answer what we have left out. So let's start with question 13. From where does this music come? Of course, Africa. A no-brainer. Then I think we'll answer question 12 with this listening. So 2 facts for 2 marks here. They ask us to describe the music sung by the voices. Now, of course, there's first an instrumental introduction and then the voices come in. And of course, the voices are using a very world music type technique and a very African traditional music type technique here, which is known as call and response. So initially there is a longer call and a shorter response, and then they switch. Then it is the opposite. Then the call is shorter and the response is longer. The soloist is a male singer, and then there's also a group of male singers over here. So we don't have any female voices, but if you just say there's a soloist and a group of singers, you will also get the mark there. The response is definitely in unison, they're all singing the same thing, and they are repeated motives here. So each vocal line has a relatively narrow range. So we know that in African music there is a narrow range of pitches, and with this limitation there can be so much that is done actually, so that's very beautiful. The pitches generally fall, which means we have a melodic contour that's descending, and because of the whole nature of call and response, obviously the call and the response, they share melodic material. And any of those two facts there will get you your 2 marks here. So we're going to go ahead and listen to the music again so that we can focus on the introduction, the instrumental introduction, and then we can answer question 11, describe the music of the instrumental introduction. Here we go.
Music B1, second playing.
There we go. So let's answer question 11. And of course we know by now that in a certain subsection we don't have to answer from top to bottom like we've been doing here now. You will get 4 playings in the exam, and of course we just listened to it twice now. We're not going to go through all 4 playings, but in the exam you will have 4 playings as well as 4 silences in which to complete your answers. Then it's done, you move on to the next section. Okay, so everything on CD1 will have 4 playings. Everything on CD2 you will only hear twice. So your set works basically, the extract from your chosen set work, you will only hear twice. Okay, each extract. There will be 2 extracts from your chosen set work and you will hear each twice. But everything in CD1 you will hear 4 times, and obviously B1 is no different. 4 times, but we're only doing it twice today because there's no reason for us to listen to it more than that. Okay, so let's answer. Describe the music of the introduction, and this has to do with the instrumental music before the voices enter. So we definitely hear an instrument beginning with a syncopated rhythmic pattern there. So we have emphasis of the offbeats. Then we have other instruments entering one by one and they play ostinato patterns, which means a repeated rhythmic pattern. There are also polyrhythms and cross rhythms going on here because of each of the instruments having their own rhythms and layers of rhythms on top of each other. And they also play short note values here. And as you would have noticed, they are all percussion instruments in the beginning. They are drums of various pitches. And then the balafon, African xylophone basically, starts playing a melody in what feels like triplets, but we can also identify that as compound time. And that is then repeated quite a few times. So any of the 3 facts there will give you your 3 marks. I will definitely go ahead and put down the important stuff like the syncopated pattern by the initial instrument, the layering of instruments afterwards, the percussion that comes in there, and the polyrhythms. But anything else that you want to add, or anything that you would put down differently from this list, go ahead and do so and you will get your 3 marks there. So there we have it. That wraps us up for yet another African extract from Cambridge IGCSE, and I hope that this does help you for your listening paper when it's your turn to deep dive into world music for your listening paper.